Good morning, happy Wednesday, happy midweek. It is a very wet day up here, so hence my wild hair. It's only lightly spitting right now. So we have class today, and with this weather and I've completed my assignment, so whatever, I still come to class, there's never not a class I miss, but the desire to stay in bed and be really cozy this morning was definitely there. So it's currently school holidays at the moment. My placement is at a primary school, plural, primary schools. And yeah, so I'm enjoying kind of having a break in a way, even though uni started back. How do I feel about that? I enjoy having a dynamic life. I like having, like being able to change things and that sort of thing. So last year I was working full time. I think I might have shared that already, but this year, just like because of time demands with placement and uni, I had to look at something a bit more flexible. So I'm very lucky that I have found part-time work. I know it's a struggle out there for people at the moment trying to find work. So I'm very grateful that I have part-time work. And I'm very grateful for my family's support earlier in the year. I will eventually maybe share a little bit about all of the turmoil and what change took place this year. But where was I about placement and having a break? And so I've been able to secure a part-time job to support me going through this phase of my life, and I'm really grateful for that. Because I'm committed to 2 days a week working, which is good because it's consistent. However, I can pick up extra shifts, which I'm really grateful for. So this week I'm only working those 2 shifts. Anyway, that's just a little bit about me, sharing what's happening in my world. And today, going into uni, there's a few library books that I've got out that I really want to catch up on, or try to catch up on over the next couple of weeks. So that's a goal of mine. And just try and filter through some information now that I've started placement and I've established relationships with clients. I think going into next year, my plan is to set up sort of a bit of a not a program, but some sort of okay, this is a plan. I know who these people are now and that sort of thing. And I think something I was thinking the other day, and I don't remember if I shared this or not, but people think counseling, right? And in my experience, from having friends that come to me and they're just talking about their problems or, that kind of thing. Counseling's it's not that, and something that I've learned in my journey in becoming a therapist is that actually there's there's a time and a place, sometimes you don't actually have capacity for someone to just talk at you about what's going on, you may not have the spoons, the cup, to facilitate that sort of thing. But what actually happens in counselling is really interesting, because I think a lot of those things that, when we go to those particular people, those friends, and try and talk to them about things, we do that because we feel comfortable with them, or, they have qualities in them, right, that can facilitate you feeling comfortable to talk about things, maybe without judgment, which is a huge thing in counselling. It's a non-judgmental space, right? And that's something that I embody, right? It's I love being wild and random and just kind of showing the world that you don't have to fit into a box. You can very much be whoever. So when you think about those things, or consider those things about your relationships and the people who you might share things with, and maybe you don't have that, right? Because maybe you don't feel that in your life. And so a part of what happens in the therapeutic or counseling relationship is actually building that trust, and that it's very nuanced, you know. It's not like, it's kind of done through action, you know, like it's done together, building a relationship together. So that's what I wanted to share. I don't know if that's helpful for anyone or interesting, but yeah, I hope you have a beautiful day. Thanks so much for tuning into my channel, of course, and thanks for being here with me on this journey. And yeah, I hope you have a wonderful day. Yeah, bye.